how's it going? Thank you so much for listening to this training. Drop live in the comments below if you're live. If you're on the replay, drop replay in the comments below. For those that don't know me, my name's Mandy. I am a certified keto coach, and I have helped women over the last 4 years, about 1,600 women I have helped, and it's been an amazing experience. I have found the power of the ketogenic diet, pure therapeutic ketones, through my own health and wellness challenges, and ultimately I have really been actively working on my own healing. I understand what it's like to have this diet drama, and what I mean by diet drama, I just mean this on again, off again cycle. That's annoying. I have experienced food relationship issues, so I have autoimmune inflammatory issues, and I would feel that every single thing was triggering my inflammation. So I would do a really clean paleo kind of keto diet, thinking I was doing things right, and then I wouldn't see results, so I would then binge eat. Does this sound familiar to anybody? So when we don't see results on our timelines, we get frustrated and we sabotage ourselves and we just throw in the towel, and then it's this yo-yo diet drama, up and down, up and down. Sound familiar? Type yes in the comments below. So what I'm going to teach you today is just keys to success. What I'm going to teach you today is how to kiss keto, keep it super simple. This is how I built my brand, and really just set you up for success. I want you to really understand that you don't need to mess good enough up for perfect. There doesn't need to be an on again, off again diet. You can do this as a completely straightforward, however it feels good to you. If we are not friends yet on Facebook, please go ahead and add me as a friend. I would love to have you as a friend. I would love to talk to you and interact with you throughout this training. I'm not sure how long I'll be. I have a whole bunch of notes here. And ultimately, I just want to set you up for success, because a lot of people come in to the Mandy world and literally send me DMs over and over and over again. How do I get started? What do I do? What calories should I have? How should my plates look? And I really want to help you. I also want to connect with you and really give you some advice if you need to. And I have some information and offers for you, availability on coaching packages, supplements that I recommend, and whatnot throughout my atmosphere, if you're in my atmosphere and people request that information. And when they request that information, sometimes they don't see the messages. So I want to make sure that we're connected. So feel free to send me a message so we are connected, so it doesn't go into your filtered folder. Fun fact, you do have a filtered folder. You'll probably have a bazillion messages in there. You're like, oh crap, I didn't even know that that was there. So go check that out, Google how to connect and figure it out. But that is a really great way for us to connect and talk to each other. As I'm going along, if you guys have questions, please feel free to drop those in the comments below. I would love to make this interactive. I would love to answer your questions and have you finally get the solutions that you need, because I understand what it's also like to be on the Google rabbit hole over and over and over again. Well, this person says this person says this, and this person says this. Well, what's the right answer? So you can ask me questions on what my opinion is. I will give you the straight Mandy, direct, no bullshit answer. That is just who I am. I recognize that I am a little bit direct. I recognize that I will say the thing that you probably don't want to hear, but everybody else in your world is not going to tell you what you need to hear. So I'm going to do that for you, because when I was doing my health journey, my dad did that for me. I was yo-yo dieting back and forth. I was binge eating. I was drinking. I was using drugs to avoid facing my health challenges. I was trying to be a normal 25-year-old. I'm 35 now. And I just was never getting any resolution for why my body was inflamed, why I was chronically fatigued, and I was trying to heal it through diet, but then I would, again, not see the results that I want, and then I would sabotage myself, binge eat, and look like crap. So when I went home, I could barely lift my bags. I was significantly underweight. My body was atrophied so badly. My dad looked at me as I was struggling to put my bag in the car and goes, Mandy, you look like shit. And I know that sounds aggressive, and I know that sounds crazy, and I know that sounds like my dad's a jerk, but he said the thing that needed to be said that I knew deep down was true, but it was the thing that I needed to propel myself to actually get myself well. So I'm going to do that for you inside this group. I am going to do this for you, and I will not apologize for that. Of course, it comes from a place of love and concern and for your benefit, but I recognize that I'm not for everybody. So if that's not your jam, that's cool too. There's a bazillion people on the internet that you are welcome to follow, but I just want to set that expectation because I am full on about transparency. I am full on about actually helping my clients win. And if you want to win and you want to be successful, stay tuned. All right, so here's the deal. You know how I said you want to get your questions answered and you want to do this the way that's correct and accurate? First and foremost, you don't owe me an explanation. You don't know your neighbor. You don't know your parents. You don't know your dad. You don't know anybody, anything. You can keto, burrito, grapefruit diet, paleo, vegan. I'm currently doing a carnivore diet. But the drama comes because you think you have a responsibility to the diet. You don't have a responsibility to the diet. You have a responsibility to yourself. And you have a responsibility to what inherently feels good to you. So instead of doing this whole on again, off again, oh my God, am I doing it right? Am I peeing on the stick right? Am I following Mandy's way of rules? Like, pump the brakes, relax, you're in control. You have control over your choices. You have control over what you put in your mouth. You have control over how you want to do things. So if that means incorporating carbohydrates a little bit, do the damn thing. Don't explain it to anybody. You can do it however you want. However, if you are posting and you're like, is this right? And it's probably not wrong, it's probably not right or whatever, then of course we're gonna course correct for you. But you, before we even get into this training, before we even get into speaking about anything, you fundamentally need to make a decision. How do you wanna do this? What standards are you going to set for yourself to get to the goal that you want? And what do I mean by standards? A standard is something that you set for yourself that is a contingency plan. It's a bare minimum that you know every single day you are able to do. So when it comes to movement, and we wake up every Sunday morning and we're like, we're gonna go to the gym this week starting tomorrow. I'm gonna go 7 days a week. Does this sound familiar? But we've never really even bought gym shoes. Or we've never even signed up for the gym. We've never really even went for a walk. So essentially, if you've never done those things, waking up on a Sunday and thinking in your mind because it sounds nice that you're gonna go to the gym every day is probably a bullshit lie. Am I right? Because something's gonna happen on Monday morning. It's gonna be cold. You're gonna be cozy. You still haven't signed up for the gym. So maybe I'll just go Tuesday. Maybe I'll go Wednesday. And then all of a sudden it's 2021 and you're like, okay, well, I never went to the gym, right? So what I'm trying to teach you and what I'm trying to build you up is that we're so food focused. Yes, of course, there is food that needs to be involved, but there are other pillars that need to be involved. And before we even manage and execute what those pillars are, how to do the Keto method for keto and all of that, we really need to set ourselves up for success in our mind. Because guess what? Y'all ask for meal plans. There's a million free meal plans on the internet. Y'all want movement guides? There's a million things on the internet that's free on YouTube. Why aren't you doing them? Not because there's a lack of resource. You're not doing it because you're not setting yourself up for success here. So before we even dive deep into that, I want you to start figuring out what your outcome is and what you identify as. Do you identify as somebody who's trying to lose weight? Or do you identify as somebody who is actively committed to trying to lose weight? They're two different things. Let's think of it this way. Somebody who wants to quit smoking. My friend Zach taught me this, and it was a very powerful moment for me that I now utilize in my coaching. He said to me, I'm trying to quit smoking. When I was trying to quit smoking, my why was I want to quit smoking because I want to be around for my kids as long as possible. But when somebody would offer me a cigarette, somebody would say, I would say to them, no, I'm trying to quit. Well, he identifies still as a smoker because he's trying to quit. He's not actually identifying as somebody that's committed to is not smoking. He wants to be a non-smoker. So he shifted. No, I don't. When anybody offered him a cigarette, he shifted his language patterns to, no, I don't smoke. So you need to identify what you identify as. Are you identifying as somebody who's trying to lose weight, who's hemming and hawing around, somebody who's thinking about it, somebody who's trying but not really doing it? Or are you going to identify as somebody who's actively committed to trying to be healthier? That's the first step. The next thing is once you identify those, you need to set standards for your 5 pillars. So your minimum standards are things that you're actually going to do. Going back to the gym thing, figure out what works for you. If you don't have a gym membership, you've never went for a walk, you've never went to the gym longer ever for than 5 minutes or ever went to the gym ever, then maybe you shouldn't start going to the gym. Maybe you should just put your shoes on 5 days a week. Maybe you should go drive to the gym 5 days a week, or 2 days a week, or 1 day a week. But set something that works for you. When I was on my journey, I did 2 days a week. I was paying for an unlimited membership and I was paying for training and I never went. And then my papa passed away and I really needed a release. And randomly, just God, universe, angels, Jesus, whatever y'all believe, the same day, my trainer actually texted me to hold me accountable. And he was like, hey, you haven't been in the gym. You haven't been booking your sessions 1-to-1. Just wanted to know if you'd be interested in coming today. And I was like, I actually really need it. I felt really good. So after that workout, I committed to him 2 days a week. I will do my training sessions 2 days a week. It took me 6 months of 2 days a week to start building. But 2 days a week was fine for me because it worked. Was I seeing the success that I needed? No. But as I got that consistency down, I built upon it. I've now worked myself up to ability to do 5 days a week. I'm currently kind of going through some health challenges right now, working with a doctor, so my workout schedule is completely different. But my current standard for movement is sauna 3 days a week, golf 1 day a week. That's 4 days of movement. I'm not actively trying to change my body composition at the moment, so that matches and meets my goals. So you need to figure out what works for you. What kind of diet are you gonna do? And our 5 pillars are your nutrition, your movement, your hydration, your self-care, and your sleep. So what kind of diet are you gonna do? Clean keto, dirty keto, cheese keto, dairy keto. There's 1,000,001 ways. I don't like labels. I don't like to put myself into a box. I'm again kind of doing a carnivore-ish diet, but today I was like, I want some coffee. I'm day 3. I want to test myself and certain things. The reason why I'm personally doing carnivore-ish is because I have autoimmune inflammatory issues that I'm trying to heal, and I've read a lot of science about it, so I'm just going to try and experiment. I'm not going to mess good enough up for perfect, and I'm just going to try my best. So my minimum standard for right now is doing a carnivore diet for nutrition. No cheat meals, no booze, no alcohol, or no booze, no dairy. I'm literally just eating animal products. So basically just meat, and that's what I'm personally doing. Not expecting you to do that. I'm just giving you an idea of what my minimum standard for nutrition is. Next thing is minimum standard for movement. What are you doing for movement? And what does that specifically look like? You need to figure that out for yourself. The next thing is hydration. So I'm doing a Keto Hard 30 challenge with 121 women right now. And a lot of them are trying to do a gallon of water a day. That being said, a lot of people are struggling with that. And the whole point here is to build a consistent habit. The whole point here is to show up for yourself and do the bare minimum that is better than it was when you were thinking about it. So if you can't do a gallon of water a day and you really only drink 2 bottles of water a day, then drink 2 bottles of water. Drink 3 bottles of water, That's 1 better than you were yesterday. And then build upon it. But this pressure of I need to do this, 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 just contributes to the diet drama. Take a step back and take control of your decisions and figure out what your minimum standards are. The next standard is self-care. What do you do for self-care? What do you do to manage your stress? What do you do to let go of the thoughts in your mind that are sabotaging you? What do you do when you're frustrated with your partner? What do you do with yourself when you are frustrated with your kids and your dogs and homeschooling and coronavirus and everything else that's happening in the world? What do you do with that? Do you journal? Do you take a bubble bath? Do you go to the gym? Do you smash plates on the ground? I don't know. Whatever works for you. I have a whole self-care routine. I actually have a whole course on self-care, stress management, building confidence. It's called Confidently Naked, and it's an amazing thing that teaches women how to step into their power and make good decisions. If you're interested in that, just drop Confidently Naked in the comments below, and I will reach out to you. Again, make sure that we are connected on the internet. The next thing is sleep. Sleep is the number one thing. If you guys aren't doing these things consistently, you're never going to see results. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm telling you that nutrition, movement, hydration, self-care, and sleep are the 5 things that you need to be intentionally, actively engaged in to see results no matter what diet you're doing. Sleep is super crucial. Also, managing stress is crucial. The reason why is because if you're not sleeping, you're not repairing, you're not regenerating, you're just not going anything. And when you're in the state of stress, and when you are in the state of panic, and when you are in the state of not managing your stress and putting yourself in a well-balanced state mentally and telling yourself good things, your body's going to hold on to these fat stores. You're never going to release anything. So this is really important. These are why I'm talking about this so much more, because anybody can teach the keto diet. I'm here to teach you to win. And if you want to win and you want to set yourself up for success, I promise you, you will win without this diet drama, without wondering, am I doing it right? Without wondering, will I see results this time? Does all this sound familiar to you guys? As I'm talking, please interject. Please drop your your questions in the comments below. I definitely want to hear you and understand you. But these are keys to success that have nothing to do with food, because if you're not doing the food plan, there's no point in even trying. We all want to learn how to do keto. We all want to learn how to be successful. We all want to do that. But we're all like, okay, where's the food plan? But again, there's a million food plans on the internet. Every single diet will work if you just do it. But the problem is we don't do it. Kim, I love you so much. Yes, we're gonna talk about Confidently Naked in the group. I just didn't want to be like, hi guys, welcome to your Keto Hard 30 challenge, and do you want to buy my next course? So stay tuned for that, don't worry. But I'm so excited for you. And Kim's also in Keto Hard 30 and killing it right now. We're day 3, so very successful. And if you are interested in joining and you liked what you're here, I do monthly challenges. So drop challenge in the comments below if you'd like to get into the next month. All right, so manage your emotion. Okay, so the next point, I have a whole list of points here, so I hope that you guys are excited to hear me and what. All right, so the next thing is the key to success. So are we cool with what standards are? Traditional methods of like just trying to do it don't work because you're not setting yourself up for success mentally. The next thing you need to do is understand the 5 pillars. The next thing after that is stop living your life on autopilot and intentionally be active in your success and your health and wellness. I get we had a shitty year. I get that we had this unprecedented, crazy time that we're living in right now. Uncertainty and craziness. We all have the quarantine 15. I did as well. That's just because it's keto doesn't mean that it will help you gain that you're gonna lose weight. I definitely had so many keto snacks. And listen, we have to forgive ourselves and we don't need to be perfect, but how you ended up here is not as important as where you are going. The next thing is if you're managing your emotions and you're managing your day with your emotions and you're actively present in participating, you will be able to manage your food. You will be able to manage your stress. You will be able to hit your water markers. You will be able to go to the gym. But when we're not living on this autopilot stuff, you're not going to be set up for success. Thank you, Jesse. I was not, or unless your name's Paprika, I was not sure, but thank you for sharing the water bottle that helps you drink a gallon of water. Okay, so are y'all ready to get into the food? Are you understanding like why mindset matters? Why it's so important to make sure that we're not so food focused, and why I'm a non-traditional keto coach. And the reason why I'm a non-traditional keto coach is because I want you to actually win. Thomas DeLauer can stand on Facebook Lives and on Facebook ads with his ripped ass abs and talk to you about the science of the keto diet and like you must count macros and you must do this and blah, 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 blah. But aren't you freaking exhausted just listening to him? Can you even imagine what it's like to actually execute the psychotic diet that like is frustrating? No, I'm going to bust through that nonsense for you here in a second. And I'm going to show you and help you discover that it really is this simple, but the drama that you're on and off again, and the drama of is it working, and the drama of pricking your finger, and the drama is brought on self-inflicted because mentally you're just not there, and you're not committed, and you're not feeling confident, and you're so afraid to execute because you don't want to fail that you're just sabotaging yourself and failing by not doing it. So what's the Kiss Keto method? So it's keep it super simple, keto. I started this brand about 4 years ago. My business page was Kiss Keto. My Instagram was Kiss Keto. But that's the method. I am the Mandy. So I switched over. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at more Mandy P. But I do way more active on Facebook. So just add me as a friend, put me on C first. And I would love to connect with you. So if anything, at any point, you don't feel comfortable asking a question down here in the comments, shoot me a DM. So what is the Kiss Keto method? The Kiss Keto method is focused on the 5 pillars that we just talked about. Nutrition, movement, hydration, self-care, sleep. So what is keto nutrition? I promise you it's gonna blow your mind. It's this simple, and I want y'all to type it in the comments below because I want to drill into your head how freaking simple this is. Keto, essentially, meat, veggies, cooked in healthy fat. Meat, a veggie, cooked in healthy fat. It's like a song. Meat, veggie, cooked in healthy fat. And what do I mean by meat? Pork, fish, chicken, beef, seafood, shrimps, scallops, turkey, chicken wings, like all that's meat. Notice I didn't say tons of pepperoni. Notice I didn't say tons of bacon. That's all processed stuff that, yes, you can have it on occasion. But the problem with keto traditionally, and the reason why people don't see results, is because they're eating a shit ton of fat, sucking down MCT oils, bacon, butter, broccoli, casserole dishes with pounds of thousands of calories of cheese. And it's not clean, it's not healthy, it's bloating you, it's tons of calories. Just because it says keto on the label or just because it's keto food doesn't necessarily mean it's going to set you for success. So if you eat a diet of a primarily your plate is a good piece of beef, is a good piece of chicken, a good piece of whatever meat you'll eat, paired with a little veggies, broccoli, asparagus, kale, cauliflower. I'm like stumped. If you want a food list, just drop food list in the comments below. I'll post one for y'all. But y'all get my point. We're not gonna eat potatoes. We're not gonna eat low carb tortillas. We're not gonna eat any of that. We're eating a meat, a veggie, and a healthy fat. I will cover that question when I come to fasting, Carol. So meat, veggies, healthy fats. Does everyone understand that? Does anyone have any questions on that? So I want you to understand, meat, veggies, healthy fat. The next thing is limit your dairy. The problem with dairy is it causes allergy issues for 99% of people because it's processed and full of potato starch, and the shredded cheese stuff's not good. So ultimately, and it bloats you. So how many of you guys do a Taco Tuesday and then you're making those taco shells and then you're like, okay, but like they're so delicious. So you have like 5 of the cheese taco shells and then you're like, okay, but I'm not losing weight. Well, those taco shells were like 1,000 calories of shredded cheese and it's causing a gut bloating issue and a histamine reaction in your body that most people, it's so slight that you don't notice it, but over time, it will prevent you from losing weight. So can you have a little broccoli and cheese? Absolutely. But the problem is we go on Pinterest and we create these crafty, amazing looking keto dishes, but we eat them over and over and over and over again, and we're not seeing success. So you gotta limit the dairy. So a meat, veggie, healthy fat, and a limited dairy. The next thing is I personally teach this way because I want you to be successful. Stop tracking your macro. Are you a master at what a keto food is? For those asking for a food list, no, you're not. So why would you want to add complicated math problems to your journey when you can just start focusing consistently on a meat, a veggie, and a healthy fat. If you focus on doing that, you're not going to need to count calories. You're not going to need to count macros. You're not going to have to enter stupid shit on your macro calculator all day, every day, which is frustrating and annoying, and I don't even like to do it, so I can't even imagine what other people are doing it. So if you're not good at being consistent, you're not good at being accountable, you're not good at making good choices consistently, if you're not good at making good choices, period, then you need to stop counting and you need to start execute. The next thing is calories and plate. So your calories will naturally be at a deficit if you are choosing a meat, veggie, and a healthy fat. Oh, healthy fats are coconut oil, MCT oil, avocado oil, avocados, olives, a little bit of cheese, some ranch dressing, a little bit. Like ranch dressing is questionable depending on the ingredients because there is inflammatory oils that we can be here all day if I told you all the things. So I will send you guys a food list. So just drop food lists in the comments below. But again, I think we're all aware what a meat, a veggie, and a healthy fat is, hopefully. And if not, ask for a food list and then I will post it in the group and tag you in it. But again, if you are asking for a food list and not sure what a healthy fat is, I don't think you should be doing crazy calculations of math. Okay, the next thing is calories. So yes, calories matter. We can't, again, be eating thousands of calories of shredded cheese and expect to lose weight because there's no carbs. So calories matter, but if you're eating a diet of a meat, a veggie cooked in a healthy fat with minimal dairy, you will naturally be at a calorie deficit because that's our low calorie food. And then your plate should be protein priority. So if you're finding that you're starving all the time, you should be eating a significant amount of protein. And everyone fears protein, because there's rumors on the internet that it's going to knock you out of ketosis. Most women are deficient in protein. Most women lose their hair because they're not eating enough protein. So your plate should have a significant amount of protein on it per day. Side of veggies cooked in healthy fat. It's that simple. The next thing is an 80-20 rule. We need to remove this concept of being on and off again keto. And I personally will tell you my tools and tricks on how to stay in ketosis here in a few minutes. That being said, stop caring about ketosis and start caring about your results. Because at the end of the day, do you go into the cockpit when you are traveling and ask a zillion questions? What button is that? What button is that? How does that work? Pilot, tell me all the things of all of your training and what you do and how that works. It's the same concept when it comes to ketosis. When it comes to ketosis, you need to trust your body. Your job isn't to figure out how this pathway and how this liver creates this ketone and the beta hydroxybutyrate and this and this and this and this. It has nothing to do with that. You don't need to worry about that. Just because Kim Kardashian gets in ketosis and lost a zillion pounds and you want that, doesn't mean that that is like the be all end all. Ketosis is not the be all end all of success. The only diet that will work is the one that you will do. It takes 6 to 8 weeks for you to get into a therapeutic state of ketosis. So instead of peeing on a stick, oh my God, just because you're producing ketones doesn't mean that they're burning your fat. You're just at a low level ketosis. So ketosis is a moot point. But what's not is your choices, meat, veggies, healthy fat. So we need to remove this concept of like, am I in ketosis? Am I not in ketosis? Am I on the diet? Am I off the diet? Well, shit, I ate ice cream. Like now I'm out of ketosis. Like, oh my God, like blah, blah, blah. Stop all that. If you're doing all these things that I've yammered on about for the last 25 minutes, you're going to see success regardless if you're in ketosis or not. Your body will balance and reduce hormone levels or balance hormone levels and balance inflammation issues and balance your body over time because you're consistent, not because you're in ketosis. So we can do an 80-20. 80% meat, veggies, healthy fats, 20% eat for fun. So eat for fuel and then eat for fun. Next thing is get over your excuses and get creative. There's 1,000,001 things and substitutes and all the things. But stop with these crappy keto products all the day, every day. The Prepare Proteins and the Powerade Zeros and like the shitty, like Jello sugar-free. All of that is chemically crap. If that's you, cool. I will never judge you for whatever decision you make. But you can't come here and post and then give somebody that advice because that's not true. But what you do in your home is fine. But when it comes to education and when it comes to success, those sugar-free Powerade Zero shitty things are not good for you. They ruin your gut microbiome. They cause inflammation. They cause an allergic reaction. They cause you to spike. They throw you out of ketosis. Agree or disagree, it's fine. But my 15 years of nutrition training and research and anti-inflammatory research and execution will tell you otherwise. But do you, boo? I love Sour Patch Kids on occasion when I'm not in a healing protocol. Just saying. But you can't be committed to your bullshit and your excuses and your results at the same time. So if you want to enjoy that stuff, go on, get after it, but you can't say I want to lose weight but then smash Premier Proteins and sugar free and say, oh well, it's keto, because it cancels each other out. Agree or disagree, there's no argument here. Do you, if that's you, if this isn't aligned for you, then you can find somebody else to coach you, but I'm just giving it to you straight. Okay. All right, next thing is booze. So I'm not gonna go into a long dissertation on this. I'm just gonna tell you my short opinion. I think that I love myself a tequila and margarita, and tequila soda or vodka soda or all those clear liquids are a great alternative. That being said, I think that once you have way too many tequilas, you're all of a sudden face first drunk in a pizza, and it disrupts your sleep patterns. And again, you can't be committed to your bullshit and your alcohol and your body composition changes at the same time. So you need to figure out what works for you. But be aware and cognizant that alcohol will affect your ketosis. It will affect your body and probably lead to poor decisions when you've had too many. And it will definitely F up. Next thing is electrolytes. So electrolytes are mandatory. I recommend I recommend 40,000 volts by Trace Minerals. Just drop electrolytes in the comments below and I will send you the electrolytes that I personally love and enjoy, and where to get them. You can get them on Amazon. But those are ionic minerals. Those will help with your nervous system. They will help with your muscle cramps. They will help with the keto flu. They will help with your low energy. They will help with the fatigue. They will help with I personally love them because I get muscle cramps like crazy. And they cure them, and they really help if you're constipated. They really help with your digestive issues. I did a podcast with the mineralogist that formulated the electrolytes, and he talked about the emotional connection to electrolytes and why it helps your nervous system. So if you want that, drop podcast in the comments below. I'll reach out to you and send you that. The next thing is movement's mandatory. We've talked about this several times, but it's not just for fat loss and creating calorie deficit. This is for the overall long-term health, wellness, and longevity of your brain, for your body, for your muscle building, for your overall longevity of life. The number one killer in nursing homes are falls, and falls can be prevented by correct muscle building, appropriate body composition. So we want to protect our muscles and we want to build our muscles over time. But if we're atrophied and we're wasting away and we can barely pick up 45 pounds, we need to work on that. Movement's mandatory. It's so much more than just for fat loss. But I don't need you to go be a CrossFit expert. I don't need you to go do high intensity workouts and weightlifting and all that. If that doesn't sound good for you right now, go figure out something that does work for you, but you can actively be involved in your movement by being neat. Neat means a non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which means movement that's not a full-on exercise workout, which essentially means parking at Target really far away from the Target entrance, walking from your car into Target, and then walking around and buying all the shit that you don't need. Okay? That's a good example of being neat. Taking stairs is a good example of being neat. Doing squats while you're doing laundry is a good example of being neat. Every time you go to the bathroom, do 10 squats. That's an example of getting a move, but it doesn't have to be overcomplicated. The next thing is intermittent fasting. Don't overcomplicate this either. Everyone's like, I'm gonna do 16-8, I'm gonna do 24, I'm gonna do da-da-da. Like, the general rule here is eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. So I just started a new carnivore diet, embarking or whatever. I generally fast until 4 p.m. because I'm genuinely not hungry. But recently, over the last 3 days, I'm freaking starving at 9:30 in the morning. So I have started eating eggs in the morning and not really fasting and having a little coffee. Today's my first day of coffee. But I don't overthink it, and stop doing the same routine every day. Because if you're fasting and you're doing it every single day, how does your body, you're basically telling your body over and over again to expect food at the exact same time, which means that it's never going to release the fat stores because your metabolism is so dialed in. You need to be shaking it up with intermittent fasting and shaking it up. And also you figure out what breaks a fast. Yes, of course, from a fundamental scientific level, a breaking a fast is by consuming a calorie. Yes. However, there's a zillion ways to fast depending on the outcome. So what is the outcome that you want for fasting? Is it to create a calorie deficit? Okay, cool, then don't eat. Is it to get into autophagy and detoxify your body? Okay, then don't have anything until you're ready. But you make the rules of fasting, not Thomas DeLauer, not Drew Manning, not Ketogenic Girl, not Mandy Podlesny. You make that rule. You figure out what works for you. And then to the point of somebody asked a question, like, when should you stop eating? This goes into the sleep pillar. If you're eating past 8 p.m., you're disrupting your whole sleep cycle. So really try to stop eating after 8 p.m. Get off the electronics, really start winding down and setting yourself up for success so you are able to sleep. But if you're eating a heavy meal late, and I'm not saying like you can't go out to a late dinner on a weekend and you're gonna F up your whole progress. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you're consistently eating way past 8 or 9 p.m., you're going to disrupt your circadian rhythm. Next thing is the scale is a liar. It's bullshit, 1,000,000%. The scale doesn't tell you what you need to know. It doesn't tell you body composition. It doesn't tell you if dehydrated. It doesn't tell you if you are gaining weight because of whatever. It doesn't tell you anything. It's just a number. Stop being so attached to the number and chase your efforts, not the number. Same thing with ketosis. Chase your efforts, not ketosis, and you will win. The last thing, and then I have 2 more things to talk about, is understand that weird shit's going to happen to you as you're transitioning, and it's not your current diet of a meat, veggie, healthy fat. It is the detox of the trash that you have been eating over the course of however many days or months. So weird shit, by what am I talking about? You're probably going to detox and have a little keto flu, but could be possibly prevented with proper electrolytes. So again, drop electrolyte in the comments below. You're going to have maybe a flare-up or 2 if you have an autoimmune issue because your body is detoxifying from poor habit. You might have interruptions of sleep because your body is adjusting to new habits. You might poop your brains out because your body is adjusting to new habit. Not because of the current habits, the old ones that you are doing. There is a detoxification process that will happen, a balancing process that will happen. Your cells will start to be like, oh my God, I love keto because I am no longer needing more carbs and more carbs and more carbs and more carbs. And I'm no longer so inflamed because I'm eating anti-inflammatory. But there's a weird period that could happen. When I first started, I got my period for like a month, and I'm currently on my 2nd period this month while I'm doing my own personal detox and rebalance. Is it annoying? For sure. I don't want my period for 14 days in a row, but this is where I'm at, and I'm not freaking out. I'm not calling the OBG. I'm like just rolling with it. Of course, if it gets to a point where I'm a little nervous, fine, cool. But I understand that, and I trust my body enough to know that it's gonna happen and it's all good. The next 2 things I want to talk about are products, and I truly believe in them. I think that they're going to be amazing for you, and if this is something that you're into, cool. If not, cool. There's a zillion science references. I know that there are some people that think that this is controversial, but here, fundamentally, I will tell you that I have tried my diet for 10 years. Yes, on and off again, not consistent. But when the power of pure therapeutic ketones came into my life, it completely changed everything for me. I was sick. My eyes were sunken in. I was recovering from my 3rd knee replacement. And yeah, I've had my knees replaced. I've had 5 surgeries in 2 years. I don't really lead with that. But I am the bionic woman. I've had my elbow reconstructed. How sexy is that? I've had my elbow reconstructed. I've had my ankle reconstructed. I've had my knees totally replaced. I've had my left knee totally replaced. When ketones came out, I just cried. This is like a story that's truly changed my life. And when people say that drinking exogenous ketones are bullshit, I 1,000,000% will disagree and will show you the science for it. Because I tried with diet alone and it never did anything for me to a therapeutic state. So when I tell you it takes 6 to 8 weeks to be fat adapted, it takes 6 to 8 weeks to get fat adapted. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to even get into a therapeutic state of ketosis, which is healing. That's no cheating. That's counting your macros. That's doing it perfectly. That's not oversleeping. That's never cheating. That's never cheating. That's never eating a pizza for 6 weeks. You can diet and you can do the drama, or you can drink pure therapeutic ketones. So when I started with pure therapeutic ketones, somebody was posting these stupid packets on the internet, and I was like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. I wish this stupid person would stop posting. And finally I was like, what is this? Because it was really freaking annoying. And I was like, do you ever just do something and you're like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, but I need it. When I tell you that I did not have $65 to pay for that, that is a full truth. I had $65. I couldn't pay for the $65 trial because I was in debt, probably 5 figures, for my knee replacement surgeries. I was in debt because I was living in New York City on disability. And I just knew that I needed to try this. So I paid off $35 of my credit card so that I was able to put the rest of the $65 on it to get these packets in the mail. When I got one of these packets, I put this powder in a water and I shook it and I drank it. And the first time I lit up, my brain turned on, my inflammation just went, my body, I'm sorry, I can't say my inflammation went down. My body went like this because I can't make a medical claim. But my body went from this, so inflamed and so stressed and so on and off again and so atrophied, and I drank one packet and I went like this. I was able to walk the dog. I was able to walk down the stairs, one foot in front of the other. I was able to keep my eyes open for longer than 4 hours in one freaking packet. And I can't promise that for you, but I was that sick. What I will promise is that this will give you better energy. It will give you better focus. It will give you better fat loss. It will give you better sleep. It will give you better mood. It will literally change your whole entire life if you do it consistently and you just try it. Because we live in a world where there's carbs, and we live in a world where your daughter sits on your lap at her birthday, force feeds you cake, and you're not going to say, no, I can't have cake because I'm trying to stay in ketosis. You can have your cake and stay in ketosis by drinking these. I've tried every single product on the market, every exogenous ketone on the market, and this is the only one. There's 5 patents on this that will get you into a therapeutic state of ketosis in one packet. You will literally need the shitty off-brand ones, an entire jar, to get one pack of this. Yes, this is a cost, but I don't view it as a cost. I view this as a investment in my health and wellness, investment in my longevity, and I want that for you. So if you want to live in a world where it allows some flexibility, where it allows you to have some carbs, whether that's clean carbs, dirty carbs, I don't care carbs, it doesn't matter. But this is the tool for you. I have trials available. There's a bunch of different options to get started. We can do a 10-day experience where you get a zipper pack. So you will get 10 packs of our entire product suite in this cool zipper pack. You will also get my 10-day tune-up guide. So it's literally 10 packs of ketones plus a step-by-step guide with my food list, with my recipe guide, with things to do in the group, and what to drink, how to drink the ketones, how to intermittent fast, what to eat every day, a checklist guide, a restaurant guide. All of that is available in the 10-day tune-up. So you can grab the 10-day tune-up. So just drop 10-day in the comments below. Or if you want to just save some extra money and order directly through the website, we can do that as well. There's a whole bunch of different options, but I promise you, if you try Pure Therapeutic Ketones, it will allow you the flexibility and the most amazing results by suppressing your appetite, by reducing those carb cravings, by keeping your energy up, your mood elevated, you're just thinking clearly, your body's looser, and I truly, truly believe that these will change your life. So if you're interested in a 10-day experience, just drop 10-day in the comments below. Again, if you are dropping 10-day in the comments below, please make sure that we are connected. So for faster response, just send the message. And then, yeah, so there's a bunch of different options to get started. And then personally, if you're worried about money, finances, etc., we do have an opportunity to join and do the business as well, which I swore up and down that I would never do. And ultimately, I just had my life change because of them. So I find it's my personal human responsibility to share this, not just teach you keto, which, like, yes, we can all teach keto, but I truly believe that if there's a tool to utilize that will make your life a hell of a lot easier, then yeah, I am going to give it to you and offer it to you. Is it required? No. If you're against it, cool, but don't talk shit here. It works 1,000,000%. So I'm going to show you guys some things. All right, so this is a keto reboot. So I truly believe in Pure Therapeutic Ketones. We utilize our Pure Therapeutic Ketones in the keto reboot. I have a whole bunch of client before and afters of the keto reboot and while drinking ketones as well. And then also, if you want more information and you want some testimonies, I can link you with some people and show you. Again, so I personally am not able to do the keto reboot right at this moment, just from doctor perspective, just because I'm just can't right at this moment. I'm just trying to get my inflammation and shit together. That being said, I am leading them. I do lead them every month, regardless if I do them or not. And I truly believe that a 60-hour detox will get you into ketosis in 60 minutes instead of 60 days. Or not 60 minutes, sorry. Pure therapeutic ketones will get you into ketosis in 60 hours. These are my results of a fast that I did a while ago. These are truly amazing, and my body composition is definitely way different than this old ass picture. A lot skinnier now, but I've been working on my body composition since then. But that is my 60-hour burrito belly and keto belly. Here's another fat loss results. Down 8 pounds. This is Nina. This is Alexis. She dropped down 213 to 205. So what I like about the keto reboot is that you are able to detoxify your whole entire body in 60 hours, set yourself up for ketosis, and then get the win. I don't recommend doing a keto reboot right away. I recommend drinking pure therapeutic ketones first and then doing a keto reboot so that you have ketones in your system consistently. You know how it works. And then and then you can do the keto reboot. And then if you're freaking out like, hey, I don't want to do 60 hours, you can do 24 hours. You can buy the kit and get access to that as well. And then there's also a bundle deal where you can do a 10-day experience as well as the keto reboot together for a major discount. So I think that that is the best option. So if you want to do that, again, just drop 10-day in the comments below, or just ketones in the comments below. This is my friend Rochelle. She debloated. She just had a baby, so she just dropped all that weight. You can see the bloating like definitely go down from here to here. Oh, this is what comes in the 10-day tune-up. Restaurant hacks. Restaurant hacks, food list, checklist, keto plate, keto hacks, and my 30-page recipe book. So that's it. I hope you guys got value out of this. I hope you enjoyed all of this as well. I really am truly passionate about what I do. I'm truly passionate about setting people up for success. I'm truly passionate about you winning. Of course, I have offerings. Of course, I have supplements that I think that are great that I have affiliate for. Is it required? No. I will always bring value for free, but just keep in mind, free gets free. If you're continuing to make the same bullshit excuses and that you're continuing to make the same patterns over and over again, instead of being like, oh, I wish I could do this, or da 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 da, or being like, oh, I can't afford it. Like, yes, we afford what we want to afford, and we make priorities for what we want to make priorities, but priorities are never in conflict. I understand what it's like to be broke. I understand what it's like to be hysterically crying on the floor, living in the world's most expensive city, not really knowing how to pay my bills, and being super chronically sick and trying to heal. But I got the opportunity to heal, and I got the opportunity, and no, my healing's not done yet, but I got the opportunity to get my hope back. And I got my opportunity to know that like this is an avenue and a lifestyle that I will never change. And for the last 4 years, I will never, ever, ever, never drink ketones, and I will never not do a primary diet of a meat, veggie, and healthy fat. I will always enjoy a margarita, and I will always eat some Sour Patch Kids on occasion. But I do it guilt-free. I do it with less ramifications. I do it because I can, and I know how. I can get right back on, and there's no drama. But I want that for you. And if that's something that you want and you have questions, I am here. Send me a message, add me as a friend, comment below. But I know what it's like to be alone. I know what it's like to not have support. I know what it's like to be frustrated. I know what it's like to yo-yo. I know what it's like to cry on your floor. I know what it's like to hate yourself in the mirror. I know what it's like to do all of that. So I don't want that for you. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this training. I hope you have an amazing day. If you want to get on my text platform for like motivational things, 610-345-7014. I will post it in the post description, but it's 610-345-7014. If you text ebook, #ebook, nothing else, it will send you my recipe guide. All right, guys, have an amazing night, day, wherever it is in your world. I will talk to you soon.